Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So great to see all of you. Thank you for all of you that have just been here patiently waiting. I see all the Chana members using those emojis. Kim Light. Oh man, it's beautiful. Dirt McGirt, Robert Ribbit, Jeff Cron, Chana member. Tim Payne, brother, good to see you. Good to see you, Tim Payne. I saw you in another stream, by the way. Sport Brain, what's up, brother? What's up? 9 millimeter slim or 9 slim. That sounds a little better, not gonna lie. Luigi is a Luigi. Mamma mia. I identify as a dilder with an O. Joe Morris, what's up, brother? Robert Ribbit Harrison says,
Beep beep.
BB Luminous, what up? What up? What up? Chop, what is up? Where is the darkest Mavis at gmail.com for all of your P2P EDC patch orders that still aren't here? Toxic, Moosey 47, T for Tejas, Shooting Gallery New England. What's up, brother? Chana member. Christopher McIntyre with the Kim Light. I like it. How'd you do that? If you're not a Chana member, how'd you do that? Yo, buddy. What up, everybody? Me and Bacon come to snap necks and chew bubblegum, and we fresh out of bubblegum. I like it. Okay, so today we have a very exciting show. Some of you may know him. Some of you may not. It's likely that most of you know him. This is the Stone Cold Killer. I'm just kidding. This is the patron saint of 80s. In the flesh. Pope Jordan Vinroe of JSD Supply and Patmos Arms. Ladies and gentlemen. What's up, man?
What's up, everybody?
How's it going?
Good.
You know, it's crazy because like I was just with you in person and now
I can't hug you now. Yeah,
I know. Back to this relationship. I don't know how long this is gonna work out, but you know what? I'll take it. You all jokes aside, man, you put on and it was kind of, I've been in situations like this. It was kind of by accident. Like you threw together an event that I don't even know if you knew what it was going to turn into, but it was just like this, like building was encapsulating so much freedom. It just like, it couldn't even hold it in. So yeah, talk a little bit about the event and kind of, you know, what you threw together by, I think you just invited John Crump and then everything snowballed.
Yeah, everything turned into Crump Madness, which was awesome. So all you guys showed up. Shooting Gallery New England was there. Frying Rich was there.
Yeah.
P80 Ralph.
Yeah.
Chairman was there. Chairman
Yep.
Juan. Putang, of course, Putang was there.
Yeah.
2A3D Prince.
Yeah. Tony Simon.
Tony Simon was there. Yep. Rob Pincus, boy.
Pincus. That's right. Yeah, him as well. Who actually drilled a third hole in a Glock.
He did in public.
In front of a police officer, actually.
Yeah, probably a lot of police officers.
Yeah, at least 2 that I know of. And, you know, you guys listening are probably like, hold on, drilling a third hole is bad, but a Glock doesn't have a third hole. There's a story to it, which I will gladly share with you later. Latin Reaper, what's up, brother? One of the people that I met out there. Great to see you, not in person. Damn Wayfair ads. They got Wayfair ads on my shit? Wow. They must really trust me. Oh, no. Don't they like traffic kids? Anyway, Man Against the Masses, what's up, brother? Mike Honcho, we got CRS Firearms out here, man. I need to connect you and CRS Firearms. Have you done anything with him?
No, we've talked a few times. I haven't been on a show or anything, but
yeah, he's a great dude, man. Really good dude, and he's got an incredible audience, super engaged, and it'd be great. I'll make sure that you two, set something up.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that'd be good.
yeah. So there's. I will talk about the third hole in the Glock, which is probably confusing to a lot of you. The story is a lot of nothing, uh, but this whole thing, the whole thing, um, you had a little bit of trouble in Paradise with. And is my audio coming through okay?
Yep,
Yeah. Okay.
all
Cool.
good.
I was like, I'm gonna forego the headset and just speak into my computer. Turns out that the mic in my computer is way nicer than the mic in these cheap ass headsets. So
Oh, yeah, you sound good.
thanks, man. Appreciate that. So you've been doing gun shows for a while, right?
Right. Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
a vendor for, 8 and a half or so years,
Damn. Okay.
different gun shows all over. Yeah.
And tell everyone, because I'm just in case not everyone knows. Tell everyone, about the businesses that you own and kind of what you do, what you're about.
Yeah, so we own a couple now. I started JSD Supply back in 2013, just kind of like a side hustle, trying to see what I could do in the firearms industry, see what would happen, and just kind of grown from there. Created Patmos Arms to manufacture slides and barrels and parts kits and that sort of stuff. So, and then more recently, we own Eagle Shows, which is a gun show promotion company based in Pennsylvania right now, but we're looking to expand and take that in a little broader area than where we are right now. So we've added 2 new shows coming up this year at least. Probably add another 2 or 3 on top of that before the end of the year. So
Nice.
um, yeah,
So
it's
that
the
you,
newest
you're
newest endeavor.
so you're primarily focused in the Pennsylvania area. Where are the other shows, or can you talk about that at all?
I mean, we have to find some venues. The new ones are all in Pennsylvania still, just out towards Pittsburgh more because that's out where we live. And most of these shows are central to eastern Pennsylvania, and we live on the western side of the state, so I don't want to have to drive 4 or 5, 6 hours to get to my gun shows
Yeah,
every weekend.
yeah. Well, could you possibly leverage out to hire like ambassadors that would do that duty? Well, sorry, you don't have to get into your organizational structure, but I mean, it could be an idea to maybe hire like ambassadors of different regions and then kind of leverage that off to people that you could trust, like in different areas, that way
Yeah,
shows could still go on without you needing to be like the one.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shooting Gallery New England with the super chat, and thank you for that 199 super chat. He says, Keymod, Keymod, Keymod. Are you familiar with that, Jordan?
Uh, you're gonna have to remind me.
So there's something called, oh, did I lose it here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at me, just making mistakes all over the place. So you're familiar with somebody by the name of Print Shoot Repeat?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
of course. You guys are like best buds. You do sleepovers together and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Try on
So
masks together. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So every time we get a super chat now, we do this. Thank you.
Nice.
Shooting Gallery New England. And at first everyone loved it, and
Yeah,
then now they hate to hear it, which makes it even more funny to
yeah,
hear.
which is why you have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's mandatory. Um, so tell us a little bit about the shows. So you've been a vendor for 8, 9 years, and now all of a sudden you were like, I'm gonna buy the show. What happened?
So we've wanted to dabble in the gun shows. It would just, you're kind of vertically integrated. Then if you manufacture the parts that you sell the parts, and then you put on an event where you sell the parts at. Just kind of as the next progression in my mind. Next would be owning the buildings that we hold the shows in, and then rent those out, to other people too, I guess. But
Like what you think.
yeah, so anyway, my mind's always thinking along those lines. But yeah, so back to your question, I guess. Was it beginning of this year? It must have been the beginning of this year, 2021. Everything kind of runs together for me with this whole,
Corona.
with the vid. Yeah. So there was a little bit of drama. We were asked to not sell our product. Not us, not just us. 80% say it wasn't sold at any of these gun shows that we do. So
Everybody.
yeah, from everybody. So I started thinking, getting the bug again to try something new. And so I said to my guy Aaron, who I think you met, I said, "Hey man, you go out there, see if they have any interest in selling the shows, because starting a gun show promotion from scratch is pretty hard, especially now. There's so many big time players out there that either you got to buy one like we did, or I don't know, be born into it. A lot of people have passed it down, or
Daddy
father son type of thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this was kind of our entrance into this arena. So anyhow, Aaron kind of pestered the owner every week for a couple of months, and then it's kind of like, you know what, maybe I'll sell. I'll think about it. So we talked. Me and the previous owner, we talked for quite a while, and kind of went back and forth, different ideas, different scenarios, and at first he said, "Well, I don't know, give me a couple of years." Okay, I'm pretty patient. I can wait. So then it kind of got to, I think he realized that I was serious about it, and I wasn't just jacking around, because it's a good bit of money. So
now hold on for a second. Do you truly believe that you're patient?
I mean, I can be. I don't know if I am. It depends. I've been patient. I can be.
I think a man like you've and you're likely not going to recognize this like others will, but you've achieved a lot, and I guess I've kind of seen you, like the way your gears turn. You have the ability to be very patient. You are very patient with others, but I think you have that natural, like, do it now kind of thing. I see you
Yeah.
even with your phone, right? So there's a lot about you that I admire, and then I'll get back to what you were saying. Um, Procrastination is like the cancer in productivity, right? And one of the things that most people deal with in business and life and relationships and all that shit is, like, you see it all the time. Someone pulls out their phone, they look at it, they put it back in their pocket, and they get like something to do on their to-do list, and then they go right past it and do some. I see you just like get something, deal with it, get it off your plate, keep it moving. Get a phone call, answer it, yep, handle it, keep it moving. Get a text, do it right away. But it's like this, like, do it now kind of thing, and I admire that a lot, because that's something that I'm working on. So a little joke on the patience thing, but truly I admire that about you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I try to get it done now, because it's been years of me learning that if I don't do it now, I'm just not going to do it. So,
Yeah. Or end up
yeah,
doing it and apologizing for it over.
yeah. So if it's something that's even like 25% important, I'm usually trying to just knock it down right then and get it over with. So,
Yeah. Like when I
yeah.
call you, you pick up if you can. You
Yeah,
pick up.
usually. Yep.
Yeah, I'm amazed. I would, when I was running companies, I would ignore calls as often as possible. So
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, I totally threw you off, but you were in conversation with him, and then he finally kind of found out you were serious.
Yeah. So we talked about it and tossed some numbers around, and um, we eventually landed on a number and did it. We went to have lunch and talked about some of the finer details of different advertising and just like kind of, more day-to-day type of thing in what his business is. And we're sitting there talking, and he's like, when do you want to do this? I'm like, I'll do it Monday if you want. Like I didn't even think about it. I should have. I didn't bring my checkbook,
Yeah.
which was kind of dumb. But so yeah, so we drew up a sales contract.
Did he take that as like an insult? Like, oh, it's just no big deal. I've, left my, bankroll at home.
No, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. So he's was in real estate for years and years. I came to find out, and
Oh,
he's done
okay.
all kinds of, major deals doing that. So these numbers are, they're large. They're large to anybody, but it's not like out of his realm of things he's done in the past and currently dealing with. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, so I learned a ton of stuff off of him just in the last couple of weeks, just interacting with how he does stuff and different things like that. So it's awesome, to go on a sidetrack here. Like in business, you can learn something from pretty much every interaction you have, whether the person you're talking to is great at business or not. They sometimes will throw out a little nugget that you can soak up and run with. So and then when they're good at business or they've been successful, there's plenty more to learn from their experiences. So it's awesome surrounding myself with people like that too. Like another quick little story, he and I went to the AT&T store to switch his business cell phones over to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking, and I learned quite a bit about some of his real estate dealings, and we're just talking about different things on real estate. And the kid that was helping us was in wireless for about 8 or 10 years, and
Wow.
I've been in wireless for about 7 or 8 years. So I kind of felt that he was in it for about that long, the different things he was saying and stuff. And we were
Yeah, I
leaving.
was
He's like,
gonna say
man,
you did that for a while.
yeah. He's like, man, just listening to you two guys talk like it's just normal, like to go buy a piece of land or buy this business or develop these neighborhoods and, whatever. So it was cool to experience the fact that like for me and the, the previous owner, it's just kind of like just the way we talk,
Yeah,
it's helpful to this, other fella that's looking to get into some different businesses. So
that's awesome.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
So what happened
um,
next?
yeah. So back on track, I guess. So, I contacted a couple business lawyers and they're like, what's the deal looking like? I'm like, it's just easy. It needs to say like these 10 things that we've already agreed to. It just needs to be in writing and we want to say it correctly. And, oh, it's going to be a week. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. I'm like, I just did it myself. So, they just make things too complicated. So anyway, so we drafted it up. We added some things he wanted, some things I wanted. And, yeah, I think it was maybe a week after that, maybe 2 at most. But
Wow.
we closed the deal and kind of had been operating for a little while, and then this past weekend was kind of like the grand opening as far as like publicly saying that we purchased the show. So there's only so much so many details we could put out there, out of respect for him, out of respect for us, and the deal we made. So.
For sure.
Yeah, so that was kind of hard for me because I'm excited. I don't probably look excited or sound excited, but I'm pretty even when things happen. But this one, I'm like super, super excited about. So,
Well, dude, the opportunity is just like incredible. And I think something cool too about business and something that a lot of people like kind of overlook is like, going back to like organizational structure. It's like, and it's funny because this is like a gun slash like, what people call prepping channel, right? But we
right,
talk about everything. We talk about business. And we're here talking about like business development, organizational structure, but like, you needing employees and you kind of having family fill roles and, I would guess some former employees of the companies filling some roles and like
right,
all these people you're able to provide opportunities to beyond you and your little like the JSD family, like expanding beyond that is cool. Like you get to impact a lot of lives. That's cool.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's always good to have something stable for more than just yourself. I mean, we have at our peak employment, it's probably around 20 or so people, and it's awesome being able to know that what you've created helps provide for their family or just them if they're just a single kind of guy or whatever. But
Mhm.
that's always fun too, realizing that you've made an impact on somebody's life just outside of what you're I guess, selling or promoting or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now there was a point where before all this took place, before you made the purchase, the attorney general got involved, right? Like when the 80s were, asked to leave the building, um, they basically said 80 percenters can't be sold here. The AG, the attorney general, got involved, and didn't they do like a press conference, like kind of stating like a victory?
Yeah, yeah. So
And I've
we
only
try to
heard
stay out
like
of.
chatter about that. That's why, like, I'm genuinely asking. I'm not trying to set you up for a,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, we got to play nice. I mean, we stay within the law. We always do. We always
of
will.
course,
Um, there's always assumptions that are made, and um, usually they're incorrect. So, but in any case, yeah, they made a public statement that they struck up this deal and um, are preventing or not preventing, but have asked and has been accepted that we don't sell 80s at the shows anymore. So, I mean, that caused an uproar. And, throughout that whole time, I was in communication with the old owner, and, he and I were, I would say friends throughout it. It's his business, and I'm
yeah,
not going to fight him. I'm going to express that, hey, this is not the way we think it should go, and here's why, and kind of
hmm,
plead our case. But at the end of the day, it's his business, and he can decide to do or not to do whatever it is that he wants. So,
yeah, for sure,
and we respect that, and I think that's also part of the reason, because we kept our composure throughout the whole thing, that led to a deal of acquiring this business that we love and want to be a part of, and
yeah,
grow and keep it going.
yeah. Um, and I guess like what a lot of people said is like, dude, there's nothing more baller than people coming in and like kicking in the door and I mean, theoretically,
Right.
like dramatically, right? And saying, you can't do that here. And you saying, okay, well, then I'll just buy it. How much is it?
Right.
That's cool as shit. And I mean, no disrespect to anyone else, like the AG, the former owner, anything
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Nothing but love. Like, because honestly, if the former owner weren't there, the business weren't there, like none of this could have happened anyway. So, you know,
Yeah.
uh, um, but I just think that's cool as shit that you were like, okay. So there's this thing in business. I, Without giving away too much information, I used to help run a few businesses, and we kept running into conflict with different offices in the region. There's 14 offices in the region, and we own three, and we're building our fourth, waiting for approval from the region on the fourth, and approval for it's like a miniature office, kind of a launch on a fifth, and we keep running into these conflicts, and they keep putting these like unobtainable hurdles in front of us, and they're holding us to metrics that they did not hold others to. But because it was individually owned and operated, this region was the last region owned by like one single human instead of like the corporate, the incorporation. um, we couldn't really do anything about it. So we were like, okay, if we can't own the company and do it with these people, if we can't own the business and do it with these people, if we can't own the building and do it with these people, then how do we do it? We do it by owning the land that the businesses are built on. So we just bought the region.
Yeah.
And it's which came with a lot of hassles, and so um I kind of I can understand how crazy something like that could be.
Yeah. That's
Um,
sweet.
yeah, but yeah, so congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm
You
glad you guys come out. There's a ton of people who showed up. So That was
Dude,
awesome.
it was awesome. I had no idea. I mean, being able to meet everyone like face to face was cool as shit. Like it's funny because like when I met you, I didn't feel like I was meeting you for the first time, right?
Yeah,
Like
right, right.
it was kind of crazy. You have an awesome family. You got an awesome group of guys. Like it was crazy, and you have, which I'm not gonna take it out of the plastic. 43 Revelation. So are these like back in like full production?
Yeah, we're getting there. We had to fix a couple of things on them, so we pulled them, and
Yeah,
they're slowly starting to trickle back in.
I
Yep.
didn't know if this was like, and Detective John Kimball, you'll be happy to hear that the 43 Revelation is at least I know I have one, and there may be some others available. So do you want me to? Is this like good to go, or do you want me to do like T&E on this, or
Yeah, it should be good to go.
okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll report
I
back.
hope it's good to go.
Yeah, yeah. Well, either way, I'll report back because
Yeah, good.
it'll end up going on my EDC because I just after putting that dot on, I have another 19 that's like my, like cold weather EDC, and dude, everyone was right. Everyone has said if you put a red dot on your handgun, you're gonna want to put a red dot on everything. So
Right.
Patmos slide on my 19 frame, like a factory frame, and that thing runs like a champ. Like it's perfect. So have another Patmos slide on the 43X. So I'm pumped about that.
Nice.
Um, yeah. So So what else do you guys have going on? Anything finally going to be approved by the ATF? You mentioned you got a lot of stuff just chilling there.
Yeah, so GOA just got another report from the ATF about how many submissions are down there, and it's not just 80s; it's all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
And I don't know the number, but it's an outstanding number that's been there for over 18 months. Um, so I just saw that late Lage, I'm probably not saying that right.
That's right, Lige.
Yeah, for like the Mac
The
10s or
Mac.
something.
Yep.
Yeah, they sell those uppers, so they just got approved as a non-firearm. And I don't know if they've been waiting for that or how they sold them before, or maybe I saw an old post, but I swear it was a new post in the last day or two. They posted their determination letter that they just got.
Dude,
So
they've
is it
been
on it?
selling them
Yeah.
as unserialized uppers for like forever.
Yeah. So I don't know if they asked them to resubmit it. I don't know.
That's
But I know
crazy.
that I'll have to check their Instagram again. It popped up, I think this morning, and I was flying around, messing around, doing other stuff. So I didn't get a chance to read it all, but um,
What's up,
yeah.
Crump?
So yeah, there he is.
What's up, Crumpy? The man that helped bring it all together. Yeah, no, I mean, I believe it because I see a lot of companies that are like, we're just gonna sell our stuff, and
Yeah.
it's
And
like,
if we all do it, they're not going to stop all of us, I guess.
yeah,
So
yeah, which is why I kind of have a theory on the FRT. I don't know if did we talk about that at all?
I don't know.
I don't think we have like online, but no pun intended, like, not offline. But I'll hit that in a second. Somebody just said something. Hold on. Red dot on a high point would be sick. No, it wouldn't. Unless, unless you, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a meme of a high point, beautifully Cerakoted. Like it's an incredible, like way more money went into the modification of this firearm than the purchasing of it. So on the right side of the slide, there is an RMR, an actual real RMR. I guess they milled it and put the screw holes in there, and they milled it on the side. So when you're holding it sideways, you can use the RMR like, the whole problem solver.
It's that problem solver. Yeah.
Matt Schoen, this will be the last time. And Matt Schoen, we love you. It's not about you. It's about the comment. Um, This will likely be the last time that we address this on DLD After Dark, but Jordan, if you may.
Nope.
That reminded me of the time when you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'll say no more. I'll say no more.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I actually, to Matt Schoen's point, I actually had another guy, actually local to me, that does some 80s, asked me what I thought about aluminum framed pistols. I said, Glocks are hard. You own the machines. You can try it if you want. Some other guy's trying a 2-piece one. So he's going to start looking into different polymer frame pistols to see if he can mill any in 80%. So maybe Matt Schoen. We'll see.
And I know I'm picking on you, Matt Schoen, but I love you, brother. You've actually done a lot for the community, Matt, and I'm just kind of busting balls. But so Jordan actually looked into this, and he actually truly considered what, purchasing or working with
Yeah.
someone. Like, what happened there?
Yeah. So CCF race frames. So they were making FFL firearms,
Yeah.
Glock 17 Gen 3 frames. Made them out. I think they made like 2 or 3 out of titanium that are out in the wild. A few in stainless steel, like maybe, I don't know, a couple hundred possibly. And they did a bunch of aluminum frames. I was able to get an aluminum frame, but they wanted some crazy amount of money for their mold. Or maybe the mold wasn't that. Maybe the mold was an appropriate price, but the per part was like crazy. I'd have to sell them for like $300 to like make any kind of money. Like they were making no money. I don't know how. I mean, that's why they're out of business, I guess, or
Well,
headed
look
that way.
at CCI made aluminum Glock frames for a little bit too.
That's
And
CCF, I think is who you're talking about.
oh,
Out of Virginia. I think
I
out of
thought
Virginia.
it was CCI too, the ammunition manufacturer.
Maybe they did. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they both did, and they both were like, "Screw this! Like, this is crazy."
Yeah.
But I do recall that, and I remember I got one. So I have a buddy with a first generation 17 from the late 80s. I think it was like 88, 89, something like that. It's got over 100,000 rounds through it, and it was a shotgun, and it's been around like all the guys in the shop. Finally ended up with Stan. Stan, if you're out there, if you ever want to get rid of that beauty, it's only been cleaned in a dishwasher, and it's like, oh, it's incredible. But anyway, we got one of those frames in there, and I remember the moment that he slid off the slide from that Gen 117, and he threw it on that aluminum frame, and he handed it to me, and I was like, this is stupid. And that was it. But like in my mind, I wanted it so bad.
Right.
I was like, I want aluminum frames. But the Glock is actually designed specifically on a polymer frame, not for any other reason. It's not like, oh, well, high impact, glass nylon filled, polymer, whatever. It's cheap. So we do it because it's cheap. It's actually like designed specifically that way for a reason, for the flex, for like the guide rod is high impact fiberglass infused polymer for a reason, to have some flex. And if you look at a slow-mo camera, like watching a Glock fire, I mean, you can see it flex under fire.
The entire thing. Yeah,
the whole thing. And it's supposed to do that. Aluminum oxidizes, might cause binding issues, says Chuck Norris Gun Club, my spirit animal number 3. So yeah, absolutely. An aluminum Glock 80 would be tits, though. Oof. Just kidding. Sorry.
They don't work very well.
Yeah.
Also, so I have one. I have an aluminum frame from them, and I've run a Zev slide on it just to have a ridiculous gun. I have a Zev 34 Dragonfly and an RMR and whatever. I mean, it looks awesome.
The 34 side.
Yeah, but it doesn't work very well. It kind of sucks. So That's another
Is
reason
it,
why we didn't do it. Like, it's just not it just doesn't work right, you know?
yeah, yeah. Is it like malfunctions? Is it like,
Yeah, it's just like, it's too stiff. It's just not it's just not a Glock. When you shoot a Glock and it just works, and then you go to the aluminum frame, it's kinda like, this is like backwards. It feels like you're going back in technology.
mm,
Like, because the Glock just works, and then you get this thing that's like, you gotta kickstart it to get it running. So,
yeah,
um,
you gotta push it and shift
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
pop the clutch and
yeah.
yeah, and then they have issues with 40 caliber too. They're too, I guess, too powerful or something, and it like peens off of the frame itself and ends up beating itself to death. So you got to put like a rubber um,
Oh, like the
like
buffer.
gasket thing.
Thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Wow, that's like straight 80s style right there.
yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, so I mentioned magnesium is no good. Well, and guys, lots of the like cheap shit that we get from like China that breaks, a lot of that shit is like these, Chinesium types of metals that don't do well, especially under 35 to 45,000 psi. Even the original, like the second generation Glocks, I don't remember the exact time period, but the 40 caliber second generation Glocks, they tried to put those out on a single pin frame, and Glock got a really bad reputation for a short time period because they went kaboom. They actually called them the kaboom Glocks because they blew up after they sold them to law enforcement agencies all over the United States, and they were like, "Oh my God, what can we do to fix this?" And that's where you get the third generation, which is the 3-pin model. So, and then they, funny enough, kind of go backwards when they refine it
Right.
with the 26, and they put it back on a single pin, which even the 80 is on a single pin as well. Um, so, do you want to talk about anything that you have sitting at ATF? I know we've kind of hit on some stuff before, but
Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting on the CZ Scorpion. Um, so I don't know what we're gonna do there. We were gonna make all the parts for it and stuff too, but everything's kind of at a standstill.
you were gonna
Um,
make all the parts,
yeah,
like
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Problem is or maybe not problem, but they call it a slide, but it's like the bolt carrier group. If you want to compare it to an AR-15, it's what holds the striker.
Yeah,
It's relatively cheap from CZ, even at retail, and so for us to make it and then make it where we make money, it's really not feasible right this very second. So
dude, it's massive. It's like
yeah,
this
it's
thick
pretty
of
big.
wood. It's huge.
Yeah, it's a big chunk.
Yeah,
Um,
it's crazy.
yeah,
So
so
you were going to do an 80% Scorpion or a print kit Scorpion, or both?
well, that was before the 3D printing took off, at least in my world. We had it developed and it was there for about a year. And then all of a sudden the 3D printing stuff started really, really pumping. So um, we don't work on developing anything until we get it approved because there's no sense in dumping all kinds of cash into something that, we have no outlet for. So,
Yeah,
um, and then once the 3D printing came out, it's like, okay, that's cool. We could start making parts for it. But then Corona hit and, right around that same time. So it's just been, we've just been focused on our mainline stuff, not really working on anything new just
yeah,
yet. So
yeah. Uh, a few people have asked any likelihood of getting some of the 80% 1911s back in stock. Or is
yeah,
that
I just talked to him yesterday. I should have small batches of stuff starting to come in maybe next week or week after.
okay?
But yeah, we'll definitely have that. Yep.
That's one
Stealth
thing
arms.
I would definitely like to, just because of how like challenging it is. I would say that's probably a hair more challenging than the 320s, right?
Yeah,
Let's
quite a
say
bit.
it's like
Yep.
Glock 320 1911.
Yeah.
I would like
Yep,
to
for
venture
sure.
in that too. Because for those, you're actually cutting the rails in either the aluminum or the steel, and you're using a bit to crank down like a 16th
Yeah.
of a turn, an eighth of a turn, and then you run it like an old credit card machine, and that blade kind of cuts into the steel or aluminum as you go through, right?
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that I'd be down to do something like that. Let me know when those come in.
Yeah. Yeah. We should have them pretty soon.
80% Galil Ace. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess probably not.
Yeah. Probably not.
Only because like you got to think like an 80% Honda Civic or an 80% Acura NSX. Like which one is going to be, which one are parts going to be more plentiful?
Right.
Um, or a Supra. That'd be pretty dope. Um, yeah. So something like the Glocks are the Honda Civics of the gun world. So
Yeah.
NY legal AR that would be dope. I'm not gonna lie. Um, you have
It's
any?
like
What's that?
I was going to say Chuck Norris talking about an 80% 12 gauge there. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what happened to him. I talked to him quite a few
Hmm,
times when he was developing it. It
I
was a
saw that.
Mossberg, yeah, Mossberg, kind of a Mossberg pattern. It was a two-half receiver. He milled out a few different pieces on it and bolted them together. I
Nice.
don't know if he ever shipped a single one or not. He took a bunch of pre-orders and um, I don't know whatever happened. Yeah, Logic Industries. Yep. Opie, that's right. I don't know whatever happened to him or not.
I remember
But
seeing that. Ugly as
yeah,
hell,
yeah, super ugly, but
but
interesting. It was a nice thought and another iteration of what's possible. So
yeah, hell yeah. Joe Morris. I had an RSX Type S. It was an 80% Type R DC5 Integra. JSD Supply. Does Glock, Sig, or Smith and Wesson ever complain about patent or copyright?
um no. So Glock will send us, and it's not just us, they do it to everybody. If we put certain wording in our descriptions and things, they'll talk about copyright, and it's not OEM Glocks. You can't say Glock G26 parts. It has to say like they're compatible or they're replacement parts or things like that. And we're not building full guns. So then there's another category of issue if you start building like actual guns.
Mm,
There's something called trade dress. So if it looks like a Glock, and that's up, I guess that's up to a judge to decide.
yeah.
Um, but there's certain features on a Glock you can't have present when you do a 100% gun. So
Even
uh,
if like when the even though the Gen 3 patent expired, is there still some things that you can't? Well, I guess the 4 and the 5 look just like the Gen 3.
yeah, it's called trade dress. That never goes away. So it's
Uh,
like UPS or Coca Cola. The cursive writing for Coca Cola and the red and white. So that tint of red and that font of text. Things like that. I don't know. It's easier to instead of fighting these people, you just change it because
yeah,
Glock's gigantic. What are you going to do? Am I going to fight Glock on a trade dress issue? No.
absolutely not.
So yeah, like Crump said, it's very hard to approve trade dress. So
Yeah,
um, it's just easier to. It doesn't take much to get around trade dress, really.
80% high point MSRP $9.99.
You can print all the high point frames you want.
Yeah. So I am excited to say that I am getting my first Creality Ender 3 printer.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And actually, there's some things that I am just so like, I don't know, resistant, hesitant, stubborn, whatever you want to say. Like, so I pay to get my oil changes done, right? Because I don't want to fucking go change the oil.
Yeah. Right.
Same kind of thing. Like, I got friends that are like, hey, I'll print you this blue glowy 33 round stick mag. I'm like, okay, cool,
Right.
good. Here, instead of me having to do it. But I had a viewer, shout out to AA Outdoors. I love you. We love you. You are truly a patriot of freedom and liberty. Um, he was like, I just got a Creality Ender 5. Who wants my perfectly working Ender 3? And I was like,
Nice.
me, 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 me. And I'm sorry to everyone in the community. I'm sorry. I am, I'm a flawed man. And I'm
But
sorry.
you got an ender, so you're good.
Yeah. So I'll be working on cool stuff. And it'll be cool content to bring you guys too. And I have
For
a lot
sure.
of great content from JSD stuff that I have sitting. This is my, let me make sure there's nothing sensitive in here or anything that'll get us booted. I'll tell you what, I'll just close it up here. So I've been collecting stuff, and this is my, don't make fun of me, this is my build bag. And I have, that was a bag that I got back when I was balling, back when I didn't hate consumerism and, all, everything that comes with it. But I'm Park. Channel member. I don't think I know who you are, but thank you for being a member. Or are you a member that changed your name and stuff? But thank you, all of you. So that's filled with 1.5 SIG 320 builds, a 19 build, and a 17 build. And then I got to do the update on a 43. So there are 5 things that I've got from JSD Supply using my affiliate link and code DARK, which all of you can use as well. If you use code DARK, you save money and get free shipping. And of course, if you want to support the channel, I can shoot you the affiliate link, or maybe one of my mods like Dirt McGirt, who knows my affiliate link by heart. If you could drop that in chat, that'd be dope. I'm going to put all those together. I'm going to put everything through its paces, and I'm going to report back on everything. And I was about to start doing 80s like on stream. I've done them on stream before, foolishly. And also, I was supposed to get a Vice too. I know there's so many things that I'm sorry, guys. I know 3D printer, a Vice, all these builds. But when I get them together, it is going to just be great. And it'll be great content. And it'll be great to. Where is the fucking Vice, Dark? Man, Freakistain was going to meet me out in Pennsylvania with a Vice, and he couldn't make it. So now we're either going to have to ship a 60-pound Vice to Dark, or I'll go buy one or something, is the next option. But yes, I will. The funds that you guys have contributed to the jewel gold encrusted Vice will be put to good use, I promise. But yeah, no, I'm excited to put all that shit together. Hell yeah. But now we've talked about JSD so much. We've talked about Eagle Arms.
Eagle shows. Used to be
Eagle
Eagle
Shows.
Arms. Now it's Eagle shows. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. And Patmos Arms. We've talked about lots of cool things like, why, Patmos is called Patmos, why, why there's the Judah, why there's the Revelation, all that shit. But we don't usually talk about Jordan Vinroe. So I'd like to kind of jump into a little, rapid fire. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. What kind of music do you listen to?
Some Eminem mix on Spotify right now.
Okay. What's your favorite song currently?
I don't know. Rap God was a good one.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah. Kill Shot's another good one. I've been listening to some Tech Nine too. That's been going and,
What about
jumping into my
like
mix. So
151 rum, pineapple juice, and Malibu? Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's a good one.
so
Caribou,
that's starting to make its way up my list there. Yeah,
yeah, Technina. Um,
right.
I actually had a dude um, named Tech. His username is Tech. He's a viewer. I had him on, and I put in the description dark, live stream featuring Tech 9, and I spelled it like with the N9 NA.
Yeah,
And people like
yeah.
freaked out, like, "Oh my god, this is Tech 9! Like, it's crazy." He had a mask on in the dark and stuff. It was hilarious. What gun do you carry? Can I guess?
Yeah, go for
You and I genuinely do not know this. I'm guessing by your small feminine hands. I'm just kidding.
it.
I'm gonna guess that you appendix carry at like 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock, probably 1:30, a Sig P365,
P365 appendix, but right in the middle.
right in the middle. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha. And you don't carry an extra magazine.
I do carry an extra magazine,
You
15
do?
rounder.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice, nice.
yeah,
That's a $50 magazine.
yeah.
I know because
They're
yeah,
expensive.
yeah. And do you carry a knife?
No,
Oh, man. If you did carry a knife, well, is there a reason that you don't?
I'm just not into knives. I don't know. I just don't. I lose them. I lose knives around the shop like by the minute. You know, everyone gets mad
Yeah,
at me because I lose the box cutter and the scissors and the flathead screwdriver that I use like a knife and the punch. Yeah, so I'll just lose it.
yeah. So if somebody like that looked up to you like a lot, put together like a nice little package with a knife that had a clip that you could keep like, like in your pocket, like for utilitarian purposes, and maybe, God forbid, self-defense purposes, would you possibly carry it?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to carrying a knife. Yeah.
Now, would you want this person to like, once it's all beautiful and ready to ship out, take a Sharpie and write dark all over it, like
That would
just
make sense. It
yeah,
sounds appropriate. Yeah.
okay, cool. And
Crump, if you
is
want to
it
put that together, that'd be good.
what's that?
I said so. If Crump, if you want to put that together and write dark all over it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll 3D print you a knife so that way if you lose it,
Yeah.
just chuck it. Um, is your 365 factory or is there an aftermarket slide on it?
Yeah, it's our prototype slide. Our first production prototype slide is what's on it.
Is that technically a revelation?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you running a dot on it too?
hmm
Oh shit! What kind of dot?
Hollow Sun, was it 407K? That sound
Nice.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Nice.
no sights. I don't have any sights on it. Just the red
Yeah.
dot.
I mean, sights are stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a belly gun, like a point and shoot.
Right.
Um, Favorite long gun.
Sig Cross right now.
What's that?
Bolt action. Sig Sauer Cross in
Oh,
308.
okay. Okay. You said 308.
Yeah, guys at the shop bought it for me. We were at the Sawmill, it's called.
Okay.
Palmetto State put on an event earlier this year, and we went and I shot. First time I've shot over 200 yards was with this Sig Sauer Cross rifle. That was in
Yeah.
6.5, but I just sat down with one of the reps from Sig, and he's telling me what to do, and I hit everything out 600 yards, and I went to 800 and missed just from the wind. But
Wow.
I had all their new bullet drop compensating scope and rangefinder. So, I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah.
So I couldn't stop talking about it. So the guys at the shop bought me one.
Dude, isn't it? That's awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes to like the culture of your company.
Yeah.
Um, isn't it crazy how much like something like slight wind when you're shooting that far away can impact
Yeah.
your, your point of impact. It's nuts. Like,
Yeah, it was like 4 feet off. Like, it was dead nuts on, 2, 4, 600, and then 800, it's not that much further really.
yeah,
And, yeah, it was off by, like, I don't
it's
know, 2
just,
or 4 feet or something. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yep.
crazy. Um, AR or AK?
Uh, I just bought my first AK during the pandemic rush
Nice.
by. Yeah, Putang talked me into it, so I'm
What'd
an
you get?
ammo
What'd you
guy.
get? What'd you get?
Palmetto, I don't know, folding stock. I don't know anything about AKs. I thought I should
All right,
buy
well,
one,
that's it,
so I
guys.
did.
Thanks for coming. So AKs are like, so I had one of my friends does. I talked to you about it, the digital media stuff for
Yeah,
Gunbreaker,
yeah.
and we were in my buddy's vault. It's a huge vault room. I don't know if you've seen any of the shorts, but
Yeah, saw some pictures, yeah.
yeah, it's crazy, and probably looks like your closet. And and he's like, "Oh, this one looks cool. Let's take a picture of this." And I was like, "No, no, 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 that's Bulgarian. What you want to do is you want to take this and you want to use
Yeah.
this Polish, and take these cans of 7 and 6. People will flip over 7 and 6. It's been banned. It was dubbed the poison bullet, and they're just like, how do you know all this stuff? There's um there's something that is like so special about like understanding, and I know like it, I guess you're kind of like give me the big bites, like the meat and potatoes, like the extra shit, like may not be like as important, but yeah, I mean some of the details there are like just miraculous, like it's incredible. And then the stories of like the Plum Circle 10 AK magazines. Do you know anything about those?
No.
So these magazines, just a regular ass AK mag, they're going for like two, sometimes $300 to $400. You know why?
No.
Because they're plum.
They're banned? Oh.
Well, so kind of. So they're plum. I've got an affinity for plum AK furniture, which means like the grip, the handguard,
Right, right.
all that shit. And if you match it with a beautiful Circle 10 Plum AK magazine, then it's like gangster points up like 100%.
Right.
And they stopped importing them in 2001 for whatever reason. And then you started seeing, or no, 2001, no, they stopped importing the 107. Yeah, shit, 2001, over 2 decades ago. So these magazines that you could get, they had white, OD green, they had like a mint green, they had a tan, they had plum, obviously black. Black is all over the place. Even the standard black ones are like, getting to be 60, $80 for a 40 rounder. So I got a plum 40 rounder and a plum 30 rounder and a plum 10 rounder on a chrome AK, which is a Romanian, it's a Draco. But anyway, yeah, if you look into some of the AK stuff, you'll be like blown away at some of the historical shit behind it. Plus, almost every receiver that you're getting has probably got bodies on it. So that's kind of a
All
cool
their
thing.
points. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Any suppressors or NFA items?
Yeah, I got, 2 suppressors I made out of, stainless steel pipe and freeze plugs.
Nice.
So, that was before all the Form 1 kits really started taking off,
Yeah,
and then I Form 1'd a AR lower receiver to run at SBR. I don't know why, just because, I guess.
yeah. Have you put it together yet or no?
Yeah, yeah. I've had them
Oh,
for a number of years now.
nice.
Yeah.
Are the Form 1 cans, are those rifle cans or do you have a pistol can?
Yeah, rifle.
Nice.
They're
Um,
super heavy, so they're not real fun to mess around with. So,
yeah,
freestanding shooting and stuff's not tons of fun, but
yeah, they can get crazy. If you want to put together a pistol can, it can get pretty nuts. But using building a Nielsen device for a
Yeah.
film one can get a little tricky, and I love doing shit like that. So
Yeah.
if you ever want to enlist a free consultant to build a pistol
Yeah,
pump, let
cool.
me know. I love
Yeah.
that shit. And we could
Awesome.
set it up to where you could run anything from 45 ACP to 40 cal. Now, no one really runs 40 cal, but
No. Yeah.
9 mil, shit like that. And you can make it to where you can remove the pistons so you can, run it on a half by 28, 13.5 by 1 left hand thread, you know, half by 36 or whatever the stupid Colt like subgun ones are,
Yeah.
or you could even run it on a 5/8 by 24 and run subsonic 300 blackout through it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
could do a bunch.
Subsonic 300 blackout's fun.
Hell yeah. What's your unicorn gun? Like, what if you could just get anything, just like it would appear?
Hmm. I don't know. That changes all the time. I think saws look cool. I don't really know much about them other than they look sweet.
Yeah, they are pretty sweet.
Yeah, MP5s do it for me sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Have you seen the one that has engraved "Slap Me Harder, Daddy"?
no.
Yeah, dude, it's so cool. Right near the
Yeah, yeah,
charging handle. Oh, it's so cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
For me, the CZ Scorpion kind of scratched that MP5 itch,
yeah, right.
but nothing like now that I finally have a Beretta 92 FS,
Yeah.
nothing is really going to scratch that MP5 itch. So, what do you think it would be? Would it be an M240 saw, or a is it a 240? Yeah, 240 saw, or an MP5, or is it something else?
Probably the MP5 out of the two of those. It's just more fun to shoot.
Now, which one? Full size, the K size,
Whatever the small one is.
the little one with the
Smallish
vertical
ones.
grip?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, hell yeah, that's the K, MP5K.
yeah.
Now,
It's
if you
look cool.
could, yeah, those are all, and they're tiny. Like you could fit them inside a lunchbox. Like they're
Yeah.
crazy tiny. Their magazines are twice as expensive as SIG magazines, though.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
see,
sense.
you're gonna love that.
Yeah.
Okay, now body armor.
Don't have any.
That's okay. I can help you with that too. Or
Yeah.
do you not want any?
No, I'd rock it. I just don't have any. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we can work
I
on
don't
that.
know enough about it. If I don't know enough about it, I don't buy anything. I've learned that lesson over the years. So
Man, that's good man. Most people become like YouTube aficionados in like 5 minutes, and they're like, "All right, I'm buying these AR 500 plates right
yeah.
here." So, and I mean, hey, if that's what you got, rock it. I got a set of steel plates. You know, I mean, I also have a Christmas vest, but that's different.
Yeah.
Um, and when I had something else too. Oh, damn, I don't remember. With all the shit that you do with JSD and all the Mr. Paul Morades
Right.
that you have around, do you build frequently, or are you just like so much about the movement that you're just like dispersed amongst the world and
Yeah, I don't want to take up anybody else's freedom, so I let everybody else build. Now, I've built a bunch. I have no idea how many I've built. Testing stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I build quite a few, and if customers send stuff back, we got to test. Sometimes I'll do that, but mostly I let other people do that. But yeah, I've built a ton of different things, so
you have
screwed up all kinds of them.
yeah, I've screwed up a bunch of shit too. But you didn't, yeah, see Scott Depugnificent. The CATI plates are great, but personally, I would recommend the Scorpion Tactical. What is it? They're over there. They're too far away. It's the Scorpion Tactical Gear, whatever. It's like a $35 slick concealable plate carrier, so you can actually wear concealable rifle armor. and it's contoured to your body. So instead of just having like the one bend, it has like the chest bends back, and like near your stomach it bends down too, so it forms to your body like perfectly. It's incredible. You could wear them for 12, I would wear them for 12, 14, 16 hours a day, not even feel like I was wearing anything. And
That's
they're
cool.
14 pounds. Um, Lastly, you're what some people may not know, they see you as a business person, right? You are like for real about the cause and like the movement of freedom. And you want to share a little bit, kind of like why you do what you do, what your belief is with, people's God-given rights or anything like that, just so the folks can kind of hear you touch on that.
Yeah, I mean, I totally believe that anybody that wants to own a firearm should. And I was kind of thinking about this the other day because there's conversation in the community on if felons should own or if this person or that person should own. And I started thinking about it. Well, if we restrict one person that we don't like, then another group is going to restrict me because they don't like me, or you because they don't like you. So I kind of had this conundrum in my 5-minute drive to work yesterday or maybe this morning. And there's a Rob Pincus article that somebody else unrelated to this conversation had posted, and we're trying to excoriate him on. So I started thinking about it, like if I got to make this determination or answer this question, what would it be? So I think that anybody should be able to own a firearm that wants to, because bad guys are always going to figure out a way to cause violence and harm. So I think that the only thing that stops that are guys like, you and me, or these guys in the chat or whatever, good guys with guns. So the more guns that there are, I think the safer of a community we have. It keeps evil at bay when there's righteousness that can defend. So yeah, so I'm totally all for it. Again, we abide by the laws, so this, whatever. But
Cool.
my personal thought is that everybody should own if they want to.
Yeah, hell yeah. I had kind of a similar, I guess, like debate with myself because originally, like when I kind of first got into this, it was like, okay, there's this thing called the Constitution. It's cool, and these rights are granted to me, and I didn't understand. It took me a while actually to understand that these rights weren't given to me because I'm an American. These rights weren't given to me because of this Constitution or the Bill of Rights or the anything, right? Like these rights were given to you guys in chat, to everyone by being born, right? By your creator, whoever you believe that to be, right? Um, so if, let's say, there was like the whole felon conversation, if there was an individual that is given a God-given right to protect themselves, whether that be a firearm or whatever, let's say it's a firearm, and they do something and they become incarcerated. The only thing that is preventing that individual, in my opinion, and I've derived this concept from conversations with a lot of other people, and the only thing that is preventing that individual from possessing that tool for that God given right is incarceration. So when that individual is released, they're they're not granted any additional privileges. They're not stripped of any additional privileges when they're back out. When that individual is released, it is my opinion that since the only thing keeping that person from their property was incarceration, then they should be granted their property upon their release, whether it's a firearm or it's something else. And then if they do something nefarious or malicious with it, then they'll either be dealt with by law enforcement or be dealt with by good men that are skilled in violence that also own arms. So I'm all for it. If somebody is released back into the public, they should be able to you know regain access to all of their property, including firearms. And people say, well, what? That means that, people that did X, Y, and Z would have guns. Yeah. And if they did something bad again, then, it's it's sad because when looking back at the Constitution, all these notes, all these quotes, they're all talking about people of, virtue, people of integrity, people of discipline, and those things are what is almost, you know, vanished from our culture. It's like those things don't exist. So the way that we bring those types of things back is by having these conversations. It's by, being good people. It's by, at the end of every single stream, when I say, what I say, I say it because I mean it, and I want to continue sharing that message. And who knows, one day you guys may be having a conversation, and you may just say, hey, be kind, contribute to others, be compassionate. And it's like, whoa, oh shit. That kind of just rolled off the tongue. So yeah, so I agree with you. That's my belief as well.
Yeah, right on.
So anything else you want to hit on before we hit the road? I know we just had an hour budgeted for today, and I'm 11 minutes past.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Awesome.
Yeah, just thanks everybody for coming out at the show. We actually had a record breaking attendance for our first show in that venue, so that's pretty good. We had a lot of
Like
fun.
ever, like record breaking, like in the whole Eagle. Really?
Yeah,
Wow. And
yeah.
that didn't count all of the people that were coming in saying, I'm with JSD, I'm with JSD.
Yeah, right. So we crushed it with that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We had a lot of people like yeah. And it was really cool too to meet, like obviously it was great to meet you, your family, great to actually sit down and like break bread with you. And
Yeah,
but it's just meeting people like Chairman Juan, like getting educated on 3D printing and helping people. I mean, I was there because I just kind of volunteered, like that educational class teaching people how to properly and safely build 80%
right.
firearms was so incredible. Like that, if that's not the proper way to say it, please let me know. I don't want, you know,
Yeah, no. Yeah. The educational class was awesome.
yeah,
It's fun to see going from we're not allowed to sell a certain product there to now holding educational classes that are held across the country nationwide. Um, being able to hold that in our event, that just kind of happened by accident too. I didn't really know it was going to happen. I knew Rob was coming, and then Matt from 2A3D was there too, and that was a surprise. They were coming. They kind of wanted to surprise me or whatever, and so that was cool. But yeah, just kind of happened.
yeah,
3D printer was fired up and rocking and rolling, and
yeah,
it looked like a spectacle, and people were learning how and what to do to build firearms, and um,
yeah,
that's what America is: exercising your freedoms safely, securely, and it's a normal thing that needs to be normal.
yeah. And normalizing that is so important. And I think as often as I can, telling people like, in my job with what I do professionally, people ask like, "Oh, what do you do, for fun?" And I tell them, "Well, I build guns," and they're like,
Right.
"What? Do you like work with like those big metal machines?" And, no, it's easy. Like, let me
Yeah.
explain. Just kind of making it like taking like the what do you call it, like the taboo out of it, right? Like
Right.
looking back at like the 50s. Oh, sorry, I took that away. The end is near. Beware is asking, do you know when the 26 size, the subcompact size 80s in gray are coming back in?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I talked to P80 today. They've missed a couple shipments for me, so we're sitting a little light on some things. So we're gonna figure that out in the next couple of days.
Um, GSC Supply, can you make a GLOCK lower that looks like a Thanos glove?
Somebody can.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not
know
that
what it
guy.
is. In the same way, PSA normalized. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
They did
Different.
that with that like purpose in mind, and that I admire companies that are that purposeful, right? Like you guys don't have to sell these 80s for $69, $79. Like that's crazy. and you being intentional about, like, making it a normal thing. I could not tell you how many people that came into that class that I was able to, help educate, that it was their first introduction to firearms, and they bought an 80 and came in and built it in the same place that
That's
they bought it.
awesome.
Dude,
Yeah, that's
so cool.
awesome.
So cool.
Yep.
Bob said that room is just, I can't describe it. People in and out, just doing the things together, doing the things together. Absolutely. There's one other thing I saw that I wanted to hit. Oh, how far did you get through those 12K 26 lowers?
Man, we're cruising through them. I got to see. We got to do end of year inventory here, so I'll know better in the next like Monday probably. But uh,
Nice.
surprisingly, we've gone through quite a bit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think it's time to go ham. No matter which way the whatchamacallit falls,
Right.
it's one time. So I'll let you get back to your thing, dude. Anybody, if you guys have questions for Jordan with JSD, I would encourage all of you to go to his Instagram and follow him. It's just JSD Supply. Also, check out the website. I will go back in and I'll drop the affiliate link real quick because I can't do it anywhere else because I'll get shut down. Oh, dang. Dang. Y'all be buying some shite. Okay. Nice. Thank you guys. I appreciate all y'all that are supporting. Um, thank you for that. So I am dropping it twice because twice is nice. Yeah, if you guys have questions, hit up Jordan and all the peeps on um, Instagram. And I'm sorry, guys, I haven't really been paying attention to chat. Sorry, one more question, but I picked up your Patmos RMR 26 size slide, and I had to use a vise to squeeze my RMR in the cutout. Is that normal?
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Um, Cut might be a little too tight. If there's an issue with it, just let us know. Send us an email, some pictures if it's not working for you. Sometimes there's a burr maybe or something on that lip, or maybe the whole lip needed maybe sandblasted back a little bit. But yeah, we'll take care of you. We don't let anything hang out there that doesn't work the way you think it should. So
Yeah, that's one thing I'll say that you guys, like, anytime anything has been wrong ever, you guys are just like, yep, send it back, send a new one out, boom.
yeah,
Actually, the 17 Judah, my first Judah slide that I got, um, something is slightly off with it. The barrel hood is sitting a little low, and the back plate wouldn't go on all the way. So naturally, I just hammered it down with a nylon.
yeah, bigger
Um,
hammer.
yeah, yeah, which was not a good move. So I may, for anyone listening, I may need a new Judah 17 slide and an SPK. But we can talk about that later. Jordan, honestly, dude, thank you so much for everything that you do, everything you contribute to the community, to building, to making things more available for better prices to everyone. I know I say it all the time, but I truly believe that JSC Supply, Patmos, has the best shit, the best American made shit for the best price, hands down. And you don't pay me to say that yet.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, man. As always, thanks for having me on.
Hell yeah, man. All right, guys, thank you. We're going to go ahead and end it here, and I'll end it as I always do. I'll tell all you guys, be kind. Being kind is one of the most important things that you can do. It's actually like good for you. It's like psychologically good for you to be kind to others, and it will give you a completely different outlook on life. Also, live a life of care, contribution, compassion, give to others, contribute. Know that a hand that's open to give is open to receive, and make sure that as you're doing this, as you're being a good person, make sure that you're a good person that is becoming extremely, like, highly skilled in violence, and be safe and be dangerous. I'm ending it early because I have to start focusing more on my family, my health, my sleep, and all that shit. And I know you guys will understand because, you're Glowies, you're builders. So that's it, y'all. I appreciate you guys. Jordan, thank you so much for coming out, dude. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Oh, yeah. See you guys.